Hey everyone, just feel called to get on here real quick and just give you a little word of encouragement for whoever, needs to hear this. I started following the Lord in 2012, and as when you fall in love with someone in most relationships, right? There's that honeymoon stage, so um, just a lot of just good feelings, just a high. Um, so fast forward 2 years, it was 2014, summer of 2014. And that stage of my relationship with Jesus was kind of starting to fade off. And I was going through something really hard in the summer of 2014, something that was causing me a lot of turmoil. It was bringing me a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, and it was making me feel a lot of isolation in my heart. I went to a lot of people for help. They really didn't have an answer for me. And I was just really struggling between two things about a decision I had to make. And it was causing me a lot of just anxiety. And when I experience anxiety, depression, OCD, I feel very alone. I feel like I have to control, and I just feel scared. So it was the first week of August in 2014, and my extended family has a beach house in Maine. I'm from Maine, and it was about 10 p.m. at night. My family was inside playing a game in the cottage or the beach house, and I was outside. I was on a lawn chair on the coast, and the waves were crashing against the rocks, and I just remember sitting in that chair, looking out over the ocean, just hearing the waves hit against the rocks, and I was just in a lot of agony. I have OCD at times, and I just can't stop thinking about stuff. So I was just thinking about this particular thing that I had to make a decision on, and I didn't know what to do because it seemed like I was between a rock and a hard place. There was no way out. So I just remember sitting there and praying. I was just praying and asking God to speak to me, and I just said, God, this is what I'm going to. I need your help. I feel alone. I feel scared. I feel abandoned. I was experiencing like suicidal ideation. I just look up at the sky and all the stars were out. It was a perfectly starlit night. And I just remember saying, God, please send me 2 shooting stars in the sky right now. I need this answer. I need direction. I just need help. I need you to speak to me. And I just remember praying that prayer. And I sat in that lawn chair and I looked up in the sky and I was just waiting. And 1 minute goes by, 2 minutes goes by, 3 minutes go by, 4 minutes go by. Nothing happened up until about 10 minutes. And I was about to go in and I just said, you know what? I'm going to wait 1 more minute. And I'm just staring at the sky. I'm just like, God, please speak to me. Please speak to me. And I just remember right as I was about to go and I look up, and the biggest shooting star I've ever seen goes across the sky vertically, and then another one goes right across the sky horizontally, and it's shaped perfectly in the shape of a cross. And up until that point, I had not seen one shooting star all night. And then I just saw the 2 biggest shooting stars I've ever seen in the shape of a cross. And it could have been coincidence, but I just knew in that moment the Father was saying for me, I'm here, I love you, you're not alone. And I didn't know the answer to my question, but I knew in that moment that I wasn't alone. And that's what I was searching for. I was searching for protection. I was searching for safety. And the Father was providing that for me. And from that place, I was able to make a decision a few weeks later, which was a good decision. Either way, it would have been, I think, the right decision. But in that moment, the Father was showing me, I'm going to move heaven and earth to show you that I care. God literally moved heaven and earth with these shooting stars to show me that he loved me. And I just want you to know you're not alone. The Father loves you. There's areas of our hearts that are experiencing isolation, pain, loneliness. We feel like we need to protect, and God wants to show that he's a good Father that wants to provide for you. God bless.